Okay, the purpose of this right now is just to get you to retrieve some information that you already know. Okay? So if you just think about what I'm asking you, you will probably know what to say. Okay? So here's your first shape. What is this shape? Okay, so we have a triangle. What do we know about triangles? Three sides.
They're odd.
Three angles.
They are odd. It's very
I don't need your opinions. I only need facts.
They're made by acute angles.
Yep, that's what they said.
Okay. It has three angles. What do we know about these three angles?
They're acute.
Okay, besides that?
Oh.
They're pointy. Add them all together makes 180 degrees.
Pointy?
Thank you. If you add all three angles, it should add up to 180 degrees. So if I were to tell you the measurement of two of these angles, you should be able to find that third angle, right? Okay, so if I tell you that this one is 45 and this one is 60, then what is the third one?
75.
And how do you know?
Because 45 and 60 together is 180.
Okay, so 60 plus 45 is 105. And we know that the whole thing should equal 180, right? So that's why we would take 180 minus the 105, and whatever is left over is our missing angle. Okay, so you guys know how to do that type of problem solving. Okay, now, what is that shape? A circle. Okay, and all circles, their angles add up to what? 360 degrees. We know that a full rotation all the way around is 360 degrees. Okay, so what about a half circle?
180.
It's 180 degrees, much like the triangle, right? So if I section this off and I tell you what one of the angles are, then you should know what the other one is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that this one is 80, then what is the missing angle?
100.
The other angle has to be 100 because they have to total 180. All right, also, I can give you a similar problem and I can section it off in more than two angles, but what should all three still add up to?
180.
They should still add to 180. So let's say this one is 30 and this one is 50, then what is this one?
100.
And how do we know?
50 plus 30 is 80. And then 100 minus 80 is.
Very good. 50 plus 30 is 80. 180 minus 80 is 100, and that's what's left. Okay. Now, yes, these are not drawn to scale. Sorry about that. All right. So if you look at this semicircle and this semicircle, what do they have in common?
They're both 180 degrees.
Well, no. One of the angles is 100.
Okay, one of the angles is 100. Okay, what if I draw you a third example?
Like the first one has one acute angle. And then the
For this one, let's say that this is 85, then what is this on the other side?
95.
Okay, now we're talking about diagram A and diagram B. What do they have in common?
They're both 180.
Okay, they both add up to 180. Now, what is it about them, both of them, that makes them 180 degrees? They're half circles. Okay, but what if I take this loop off? Does it change what the angles are? Are the angles still remaining the same? Why? Say it again, Kevin.
You're a straight line.
Because you have a straight line here. And straight lines have how many degrees?
180.
180. We just proved it by looking at the different sections, right? So a straight line is 180. That's just a fact. Okay, now, if I give you a straight line and I section it off, okay, and I tell you that this angle is 65, then what is the remaining angle over here?
115.
And that's because we took what?
65 out of 180.
And we said it's 115. Okay. Now, what if I extend this line? Does it change what the angles are?
No.
Yeah.
Did it change what these angles are? Did they change at all?
No.
Mm-mm. So extending this line doesn't change anything, does it? Okay. And I did have somebody earlier, they were noticing the acute angles versus obtuse angles. I heard them. I just ignored you. Sorry. But this is an acute angle and this is an obtuse angle, right? Now look at the angles across from that was created by this extension. What do you notice about these angles?
They're
Are they the same?
no.
Okay, let's look at this.
Yes.
Up here, we have 115 and 65, an obtuse and an acute, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then so below it, it's the exact same line that's crossing over, right?
Yes.
This has the same slope as on the top as it does on the bottom. And this has the same slope, a slope of 0 from left to right. Now, if I only look at the bottom, where's the acute angle? Is it on the left or is it on the right? Acute is on the left. Acute was highlighted purple on this side, right? Okay, so if this is 65 and it's both the exact same lines that are making it, then what is this going to be? It's also going to be 65. And what does that mean about this obtuse angle? 115. Now, what do you notice about all four of these angles?
360.
They
They add up to 360.
They make 360 degrees. If we look at both sides of a straight line, it should add up to 180, right? Okay, and so if I section this off, I got 180 up here and 180 down here, and all together, a full rotation would be 360, right?
Yes.
And so how many different angle measures do I have, though?
4.
4.
No, how many different?
2.
2.
I only have 2 different angle measures. I have 4 different angles, but they pair off, don't they? Notice that the ones that are across from each other here and here are equal to each other. And notice that these other set that is directly across from each other here and here are also equal to each other. Okay? Now, how many of you know what a parallel line is? What is a parallel line? What does it mean to you?
A straight line.
Parallel lines are always straight. Lines are always straight. Okay, so parallel lines, I have a lot of people that are trying to show me, so that means that you guys are very visual. Okay, and so Zachary over there was saying it's 2 lines that are at the same angle, they never intersect. It means that they have the same slope, right? So this line is identical to this line. Okay, so I'm just going to spread them out a little further. We have this line, and we have this line. They're kind of like identical twin sisters, right? They're the same, but they're 2 different people, right? All right, now let's draw a intersecting line across it to create some angles. Okay, we're going to ignore this sister. We're only going to look at the top part. We're ignoring her. It's okay. She's just not as cool as the other one, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Wow.
let's talk about these angles. I have this angle, okay, and let's say that I know that it is 75. What other angle has to be 75?
To the bottom. To the left.
Okay, so let's use some terms.
The
A,
left quadrant. The bottom left.
pay attention. A, B, or C?
B.
It's B because it's straight across like
Straight across. Straight across from it will be identical. So if this one's 75, then this one is 75. All right, now, if this one's 75, what does this leftover one have to be?
105.
So that means that this is 105. And what does that mean about across from it? It's also 105. And notice that altogether it's a full rotation, which is,
360.
okay. And we did check that 105 and 75 is 180, right?